Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hello, welcome. My name is Sarah. I am a yoga instructor, a cat mom, a college student, and I am very excited to have you here with me today to do this lovely, gentle, heart-opening flow. So we're going to go ahead and get right into it. So when you're ready, I want you to meet me in a comfortable seat on your mat. Our comfortable seat, we're going to rock side to side, and we're going to find our sitting bones, those two hard bones under your glute muscles. So maybe rock side to side, maybe move the glutes out from under you, and then once you have found those sitting bones, you're going to let the knees fall to the mat. You're going to sit up nice and tall, so take an inhale and roll the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, roll them back and down the back. Do that 2 more times. So take an inhale, roll the shoulders up. Exhale, back and down. Inhale, roll the shoulders up. Exhale, back and down. Sitting up nice and tall. Closing the eyes. And starting to focus on your breath. Noticing your inhales and your exhales here for a moment. Noticing how deep your breath is moving. So can you feel your inhales reaching down into the chest? Maybe even down into the stomach. And when you exhale, can you feel those spaces starting to empty? We're going to be moving rather slowly for our gentle heart-opening class today. So if you want to stick with your natural breath, that is completely welcome. Or if you want to take a more deep breath, I'll offer up a breath where we're trying to get our inhales and our exhales the same length. So picking a number like 3 or 4 to count to on your inhales. Finding a pause at the top of that inhale, just a gentle pause, and then exhale, counting backwards from that number, pausing at 0, and then inhaling 2, 3, 4, exhaling 3, 2, 1. Inhaling 2, 3, 4, exhaling 3, 2, 1. And whether you're taking your natural inhales and exhales, or whether you're taking this counting breath, or maybe a breath somewhere in between the two, allow yourself to see if you can set an intention to stick with this breath, to allow this breath that you have decided to breathe with and to move with, to keep you here and focused on your mat. And on your next inhale, we're going to reach the hands up. And while we do so, if you wish to set any other intention, you can go ahead and do so now. Inhale, stretching up, breathing in that intention or all the intentions you have set. Inhale, stretch. And then exhale, we're going to cactus our arms down. Excuse me. So we're going to bring the elbows directly in one line from the shoulders. And the wrists are going to be reaching to the ceiling above the elbows. And then take an inhale. Pull your heart through your arms and start to bring the elbows behind you. Imagine you're cracking a walnut with your shoulder blades. Inhale, pull the heart forward and up. And then exhale, come into a seated cat. So exhale, bring your palms to touch in front of you. Send your spine to the wall behind you, chin to chest. Inhale, reach up. Stretch up, maybe even look up. Exhale, cactus your arms. Inhale, pull the heart through the arms. Crack that walnut between your shoulder blades. Exhale, hands to touch in front of you. Cat pose. 3 more times. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, start to see if you can start moving with your own breath as you inhale. Pull your heart through the arms, crack that walnut. See if you can attach breath to movement. Exhale, hands touch together in front of you. Inhale, reach it high. Look high, breathe in that intention. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, pull the heart through the arms, crack that walnut. We have one more after we exhale, hands together. Inhale, reach it up one last time. Take a big stretch. Exhale, cactus the arms even stronger than you have before. Engage your shoulders, pull the heart through the arms, crack that walnut on yours. Inhale. And then exhale, one last seated cat. Let the hands touch. Let the fingers intertwine as you reach them forward. Take an inhale, reach the hands forward. Exhale, take an even deeper chin to chest, seated cat pose. And then inhale, come back to center. Find a neutral spine. Let the hands come to the mat in front of the legs, or you can take them to one side of the hips. If the hands are in front of the legs, I want you to rock forward into a tabletop. If the hands are to the side, go ahead and sink onto the hip that the hands are on. Bring the feet to the opposite side of the body, and then crawl yourself into a tabletop. Coming into our tabletop, we're going to spread our fingers as wide as we can. We're going to take our wrists directly under the shoulders, and we're going to face the bend of our elbow in towards each other. So instead of facing that bend out towards the wall in front of you, we're going to smile our elbows in towards each other. We're rooting down strong through the arms and the shoulders. We have a slight core engagement, so pulling the lower belly in and up. And we're sinking the knees directly under the hips. The toes can be tucked or they can be untucked. And on your inhale, we're going to move through a couple cat-cows. So inhale, take your inhale, pull the heart through the arms, let the stomach melt to the mat, shine your hips up and back behind you. Exhale, cat pose, chin to chest, push the spine to the ceiling, engage the core, pull the lower belly in and up as you push the spot between the shoulder blades to the ceiling. Inhale through our cow pose, stomach to mat, pull the heart through the arms, take the gaze forward. Exhale, cat pose, spine to ceiling, chin to chest, engage the core. 3 more times. Move breath to movement. Inhaling through your cows. Exhaling through your cats. Take a big inhale. And then exhale, send it back. We have one more. Inhale, pull it through cow. Exhale, meeting in our cat. And then sinking the hips to the heels, the chest and the stomach to the thighs as you bring the forehead to the mat, child's pose. We're just going to take a couple breaths here. We're going to start to move in and out of this pose and another pose. So on your next exhale, I want you to reach your hands back towards your toes, letting the shoulders fall into the mat. Letting the elbows bend. This will be the child's pose that we flow through, our full child's pose. So take a big exhale. Let everything go. And then on your inhale, start to rise up to stand on your knees. So stack hips over knees, shoulders over hips. Inhale, roll the shoulders up to your ears. Exhale, roll them back and down. Inhale, reach the hands high. Exhale, we're going to move through that cactus arm flow. So exhale, elbows come to a cactus. Inhale, pull the heart forward, crack that walnut. And then as we exhale, we make our way into our child's pose. Inhale, rise all the way up. Reach it up, stretch up. Exhale, cactus your arms. Inhale, pull the heart through the arms. Find a nice gentle back bend. And then exhale, let the spine come back through neutral as you fold and sink into your child's pose. 3 more times. Inhale, reach it up, stretch up. Imagine you're touching your ceiling. Keep the core nice and strong as you exhale, cactus the arms. Pull the heart through the arms to the front of the room on your inhale. Exhale, child's pose. So really focusing on moving with the breath, but also keeping the body nice and strong. So as you inhale up into your knee stand, see if you can engage the core. See if you can engage down through the legs as you engage the arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, cactus your arms. Keep the body engaged as you inhale, heart through the arms. Crack that walnut. Exhale, fold child's pose. We have one more. See if you can make this last flow the slowest you've done all morning. See if you can take your breath as deep as possible as you exhale, cactus your arms. One last time. Inhale, pull the heart through the arms. Crack that walnut, engage your core. Exhale, fold. Child's pose. Take a breath here. Exhale, let yourself sink. Allow yourself to get heavy on your mat. Allow yourself to surrender to this child's pose. And then on your next inhale, if the hands aren't already reaching forward, go ahead and reach them forward. Take an exhale here, let the palms sink into the mat. And then exhale, rise all the way up into our tabletop. We're going to come into a puppy pose. So we want you to walk the knees back once. And then I want you to walk them back one more time. So the knees are behind the hips. The hips are a little bit in front of the knees. And then we're going to walk the hand print. So engage the core. And we're going to walk our hand, one hand print in front of where it is now. So we're coming into this really weird kind of extended plank pose. We won't be here long, but keep the core engaged. So pull your lower belly in and up. And then on your exhale, I want you to start to shine your hips to your ceiling. Think about that cow pose. Stomach melting to the mat, hips are rising up. And then take an inhale. Exhale, start to let the hips move directly over the knees as you sink the chest and the forehead down to the mat. And maybe the forehead doesn't reach, maybe you hang out here with some space. If you have a book or a block handy, you can place that book or block under your forehead to kind of rise the mat up to you. Or you can hang out with your forehead kind of hovering over the mat. Just focus on really sinking the chest down with every exhale. Maybe you bend the elbows to let the elbows find the mat. And then wherever you are, tuck your core, engage your core. So pull the lower belly in and up. And then on your inhale, see if you can expand your shoulders. Feel your shoulders moving in 4 directions. So up towards the ceiling and down to the mat, out to the left and the right. And on your exhale, sink into that expansion you just created. Do that 3 more times. Inhale, find that expansion in the shoulders, and then exhale, sink into it. Get a little heavier. Inhale, expanding. Exhale, sinking, really opening your heart up to the mat below you. One more time, take an inhale. And then exhale, if the head is resting on the mat, go ahead and bring it up to a hover. Look down towards your nose. And then inhale, take your gaze to your hands. Sink the weight into the forearms. Start to pull your hips and your belly all the way down to the mat. Coming into a Sphinx pose. So in our Sphinx, our shoulders are going to be directly below the elbows. Wait, my bad. Our shoulders are going to be directly above the elbows, and the wrists are reaching directly in front of the elbows towards the front of your mat. You're not kind of falling into your elbows, but instead you're rising up. Imagine a string pulling your head to the ceiling. You're sinking the weight of the body down into your hands. And then on an inhale, pull your heart forward. Think about that walnut cracking between your shoulder blades. And then exhale, see if you can rise up. Imagine a string pulling your head to the ceiling. And then inhale, pull the heart forward. So there are 2 strings. Your inhales have the 1 string. On your inhales, pull the heart forward. And on the exhales, the 2nd string lifts your head up. So actively pushing into the hands. Engaging the core and the back so that on your inhales, you pull the heart forward. And on your exhales, you lift up a little bit higher, finding space between every vertebrae. Inhale, pull the heart forward. exhale, lift up, sink into your hands, find length. 2 more times, take a big inhale. Exhale. 1 more big inhale. And then on your exhale, slowly start to let that spine relax. Let the elbows splay out. Bring the forehead down towards the mat. Allow your elbows to start to point towards the ceiling as you take your hands directly under your shoulders. Take the legs wide. Untuck your toes. Pull elbows into rib cage. And on your inhale, lift chest, shoulders, neck, and head. Take your gaze to the front of your mat. Come into our Cobra Pose. Pull the heart forward and imagine you're trying to pull your hands back towards your hips, but keep the hands under the shoulders. Take 1 more big inhale. Here in our baby cobra, and then exhale, fold. You can stick with baby cobra, or on your next inhale, you can lift chest, shoulders, belly, neck, and head. We're going to take a couple breaths here. So I want you, if you're in full cobra, to take a slight bend in your elbows. On your inhales, I want you to pull the heart forward. Imagine you're pulling the hands back to the hips, but keeping them strongly planted under the shoulders. And then whether you're in full or baby cobra, I want you to sink down through your hips, sink down through the tops of your feet. Inhale, pull the heart forward. Keep the heart pulling forward as you exhale, fold. We're going to do that 3 more times. Inhale, lift chest, shoulders, maybe the belly, neck, and head. We're going to take the gaze to the right. As we inhale, keep the heart pulling through the arms. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up into your cobra, taking the gaze to the left. Really pulling the heart through the arms as you exhale, fold. 1 more time. Inhale, lift chest, shoulders, maybe belly, neck, and head. This time, take the gaze forward or up if it feels good on the neck. Exhale, fold. Take a big exhale, sink down here into your mat. Taking a big inhale to follow, and then exhale, push it up into a tabletop, and then back into a child's pose. We're just going to take 2 breaths here. So take a big inhale. Exhale, get heavy. And on your next inhale, see if you can feel your lower back expanding in all 4 directions. Exhale, sink. And then inhale, rise up into a tabletop. Exhale, step your right foot long behind you. Inhale, reach that foot high. Reach it back behind you. Reach it towards ceiling and wall meet behind you. Maybe even take the gaze forward. Think about a cow pose. Exhale, knee to nose under the body. We're going to step it through into a low lunge. Step it, or of course, guide it up into a low lunge. Knee is going to be directly above or a little bit behind that front ankle. I personally like taking my ankle a little bit in front of my knee. And we're going to rise up into our low lunge. So really sinking down into that right foot. Finding that core engagement. Pulling your left hip forward and that right hip back. Being nice and strong in both legs. You can tuck those back toes or you can untuck them. Inhale, pull your heart forward, reach the hands high. We're going to move through our cactus flow. So exhale, cactus your arms. Inhale, pull the heart through the arms. Exhale, reach the hands together. Think about a cat pose. Inhale, reach it high. We're just going to do this 2 more times. Exhale, cactus your arms. Inhale, pull the heart through the arms to the front of the room. Crack that walnut. Exhale, hands together. Find a nice gentle curl in your spine. Really root down through that foot. Inhale, reach up. Keep your core nice and strong as you exhale. Cactus your arms 1 last time. Inhale, pull the heart through the arms. Crack that walnut. Exhale, this time we bring the hands to the mat. Placing them about halfway in between the front heel and our hips. We're going to move into half splits. So start to bring those right toes towards your face, so flexing that foot. Exhale, start to rock your hips over that back knee. So we're not sinking behind the knee, but we're taking the hips directly over that left knee. Keeping those right toes pulling to our face. You can have a deep bend in the knee, Or you can straighten the leg to where it's just a little micro bend in your knee. We're going to take 2 inhales and exhales here. So inhale, pull your heart towards your toes. And then exhale, see if you can sink. Imagine you're giving your knee a kiss. Inhale, pull your heart to your toes. Exhale, give your knee a kiss. And then inhale one more time, heart to toes. Exhale, make your way into your low lunge. Come onto your fingertips as you inhale. Exhale, come into a cat pose. Tuck your chin to your chest. Push your spine to your ceiling. Find space between the stomach and that thigh. Take another breath here in this cat pose, and then when you're ready, step it back into our tabletop, but keep the leg lifted. So inhale, reach it back. Really lift the foot, find that extension in that hip, and then exhale, let the knee and the foot find the mat. Then we move on to the other side. Inhale, lift your left leg. Reach it as high as you can, maybe even take the gaze forward. Maybe take your heart forward into a cow pose, and then exhale, knee to nose under the body. Find some core engagement to help step or guide that foot in between the hands. Maybe you walk that right knee back a little bit, or maybe you walk it forward if you're already in a pretty wide stance. Taking the knee directly over or a little bit behind that left ankle. Sink down through your left foot. Find that core engagement. Inhale, rise up, low lunge. And remember, we're sinking down into this left foot. The right toes can be tucked behind you or they can be untucked. You're pulling your right hip forward and your left hip back, really squaring the hips and the shoulders to the front of the room. Inhale, reach your hands high. Exhale, find that core engagement as we start to move through our flow. So cactus the arms. Keep the core engaged. Inhale, pull the heart through the body. Crack that walnut. Exhale, bring the hands together to touch in front. So reach the hands forward. Curl the spine, maybe bring chin to chest. Inhale, reach it high. Core is engaged. Exhale, cactus the arms as you sink down strongly through that left foot. Inhale, pull the heart through the arms. Exhale, hands touch in front of you. Cat pose here in our low lunge. We have one more big inhale, reach it high. Exhale, this will be our last cactus, so make it a strong one. Really inhale, pull the heart through the arms, crack that walnut one last time. Exhale, let the hands find the mat. Again, about halfway between that left heel and your right hip. Moving into our half splits pose. We start to pull the toes back to the face. We start to sink the hips back towards that right knee. So again, not behind the right knee. See if you can get it directly above. Those left toes pull to the face. The left knee can be bent as much as you wish. So that could be a deep bend, or that can be just a little micro bend in the leg. Then we take our 2 breaths. Inhale, pull the heart to the toes. Really imagine you're getting your heart to touch your toes. And then exhale, give that knee a kiss. Inhale, heart to toes. Exhale, one more time, give the knee a kiss. And then last time, inhale, heart to toes. Exhale, curl yourself back into your low lunge. Make your way onto your fingertips. And on your exhale, push spine to ceiling, chin to chest. Finding that space between the thigh and the chest. So that when you're ready, you can step it back into your tabletop. But keep the leg lifted. Inhale, reach it behind you. Engage that left glute. Reach the hip high. Really feel that hip opening from the front of the body. So down the front of the hip. Inhale, take one more inhale. Exhale, bring the knee and the foot back to the mat. Bring the big toes to touch behind you. Take your knees wide. We make our way into our last pose of this class. So sink the hips to the heels. Tuck your chin to your chest as you walk your hands long. Bringing the forehead down to the mat. Coming into our final child's pose. And send out a sigh. Actually, send out a couple sighs. So with every inhale, you fill yourself up a little more. With every exhale, you let go. You let yourself get heavy. Letting go of any physical holding or tension. And also letting go of any mental holding or tension. And then allowing your breath to fall back to its natural pace. And allowing yourself to feel that expansion in the lower back. That inhale, feeling the lower back lift towards the ceiling, reaching to the mat, and out to the left and the right. And then exhale, sinking into that expansion, getting heavy, and doing that as many times as you wish. Staying here in your child's pose for as long as you wish. So, feeling free to stay in your child's pose for as long as you wish. You can move into another yoga flow. I'll leave some up in the cards and down in the description of the class if that is what you are wanting to do. Or you can move into a meditation or move into the rest of your day back into reality. It is completely up to you. Just take a moment before doing, whether it's another class, a meditation, or moving back into reality. Just give a moment to thank yourself. To thank yourself for taking time out of your week and out of your day to move and breathe with your body and moving the body, mind, and soul into one. I want to thank you all so much for moving with me, and I really hope you liked this class. If you did, give it a big like down in the description. And while you're down there, let me know what your favorite part of today's class was down in the comments. And of course, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can also leave them down there as well. And also, of course, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and join this little family that we are creating. And until next time, have a lovely day or week or evening, whenever you watch this class. Have a lovely rest of your day. And I will see you all later. Namaste.